everybody. I've been gone a long time, and I just wanted to talk to you all about why I've been gone, just briefly, and what's coming next. Um, but before I get started, I would like to say this: that things have changed drastically here at the farm, and my daughter is living here. She's been living here for 2 years, or nearly 2 years. And with her, she brought her dogs, and she had 2 dogs. I already had 3 dogs, and now I have a 4th dog because I rescued a little senior dog. So she's 18, and her name is Bonnie. So here at the house, we have Goober, Tucker, Lulu, Rosie, Buster, and Bonnie. So you will hear dogs bark. I'm not probably going to edit it out unless it's like crazy barking or something. But you'll hear dog noises, dog barking, just dogs playing with toys. They'll probably come over and visit me at some point during the video. But anyway, so I just want to let you know that that's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, it would certainly be surprising to me. So anyway, I've been gone a really long time. I've been gone for 2 years. And the reason I have been gone so long is that my life got kind of turned upside down. I don't want to go into a whole bunch of details about it. However, life has changed drastically for me. And when that happened, it wasn't that I didn't see the writing on the wall. I did. However, I wasn't mentally prepared for it. And I had a rough couple of years trying to get myself back to the person that I see myself as, a person that I want to be. And I'm still working on it every day. And, you know, there's always, you think you're getting somewhere, and then all of a sudden something else comes up. But, I had some health scares and things like that in the past few months. But I have decided that I'm not going to make any more excuses why I can't do something, or why I don't feel like doing something. I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm going to jump right back in, even though I have not touched any craft item for 2 years. In fact, I got rid of almost all of my crafting things last summer, because I thought I'm never going to have time for this again. I'm never going to have the mojo for it again. It's just never going to happen. I'm not sorry that I got rid of those things. I think I needed to purge out my life a little bit. I did keep some things, and along the way I picked up something here or there, thinking that I might do something with it at some point, but and then coming home and realizing that I probably wasn't, at least not at that time. So anyway, I have no idea what I'm doing today. I just have a lot of little bits of, not even a lot, just a handful of this and that. And I'm going to try to make something out of it. It'll either be good or it won't, and I'm not really concerned about that. I think that the first thing that I need to do is take a step forward towards getting my creative juices flowing again. And I have a lot of other things on my plate that I am working on, or other projects I'm working on that are not craft related. However, I still don't want to get so far away from it that I never ever go back to it. So with that being said, I'm going to get started here. But before I do, I thought that I would share with you my tea of the day. So today I have this, and I hope I'm calling it the right thing. I think it's called Yaupon Holly Tea. And right there it is. I hope you can see it without the crazy reflection. And I got this when I was on Ocracoke Island, and I got it at the little tea shop there. And it's lavender coconut. So I'm having that today with a little touch of organic honey in it. I'm trying to get away from drinking just my normal black tea that I put sugar in. So I have been working on getting some other stuff. So anyway, I'm going to drink some of these other teas that I collected up and haven't been drinking. So anyhow, so I'm going to start today. I had this journal that I had started, and I started some pages, and then I just kind of left it lay. So I had these pages already painted and they're blank, so I just thought that I would work on this pink one today. So I have some stuff, some painting envelope, vintage note card, some washi tape, and some other little doodads. So, and some paint, some markers. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm going to get started. And, you know, we'll chat while I'm doing that. So, anyhow, I have this. I kind of want to... I have some of these little sayings that my aunt, or some of them are Bible verses. Some are just some little quotes that my Aunt Marcia sent me quite some time ago. She sent me a whole bunch of them. But I like this one. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And that is what I am trying to do. So I'm going back to my onto my creative road, back to the creative journey. And I am trying to get that creative juice flowing again. I'll tell you, I've had reasons, and I've also had what I'm going to say were just excuses. Just excuses because I just didn't know where to start, didn't know where to begin, didn't know what to do, kind of thing. So anyway, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just tear this around so it doesn't have those boring straight edges. Probably put some, don't have any ink pads or anything on my table today, so I think I'll just use a marker or something. We'll just see what happens. My throat is dry today too. That's some good tea. It very much tastes like vanilla, or not vanilla, but lavender and coconut. Tastes really good. However, it also has sort of a, I don't know, woodsy flavor. It's good. Something different. Last night I had chamomile tea with some, my daughter had gotten these lemon honey spoons, and so I had one of those in my chamomile tea last night before bed, and it was quite delicious. Having a little bit of trouble sleeping. That happens to me quite frequently. I'll get a good week or so where I sleep really well, and then not at all. So I was trying to give myself a nice calming tea, just spend some time relaxing, and so that was what I was doing. So anyhow, there's that. Let's see what I'm gonna do with this. I think I have a little card here. Maybe I should paint the little card. What do you think? I think I'll paint the little card. I think I'll paint it. What do I have? I don't have anything too. Got some yellow. A little bit of yellow. A little yellow. This wasn't even opened. There we go. I don't have my trash can in here. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know. How about this one? I haven't opened these at all. Key West, this one's called. I was in Key West a few years ago with my daughter, and it was quite enjoyable. We are kind of beach people though, so Key West is really not a place to go if you just like to hang out on the beach. It is really interesting and historical, and there's lots of colorful people there. I like that. Went to Hemingway's house. It was quite fascinating. And met some of the Hemingway cats. The guy up in a banana tree, getting the bananas down for the cafe, and he gave us one right off of the tree. Because we were standing there in the gardens watching, and he came down and handed us one right off the tree. So that was nice. And of course, we went to the Sunset Festival every night. See the sunset in Key West. That was on my bucket list. And I got to do it. It was great. Very much enjoyed it. Of course, with the pandemic and all that stuff going around, all that stuff going on, we have not traveled a whole lot. We did go to Ocracoke Island in the summer there. But no real big trips because of everything going on. So anyway, I'll just put that on there. Oh. Okay. I don't even know what I have on this table. Everything is open. Yeah, but I think it's. There we go. I haven't used this stuff in so long. I'm amazed it's any good. I'm amazed that it's any good at all. So like I said, I don't know if I'm making anything that's too great today. However, I'm making something. So that's something, right? That's half the battle. I'm making something. I have been busy. Oh, let's try a different approach here. Oh yeah. Oh welcome. Okay. It's all gunky in there, just around the top part. I'll turn it upside down. That's the way it should have been, but it wasn't. Like I said, I just went in my hippie camper and I started cleaning stuff out, and I had a huge yard sale and I sold a whole bunch of stuff. Plus I gave some stuff to some teachers for their art classes. I got rid of a lot of stuff, people, a lot of stuff. However, like I said, I'm not really sad about it. I needed to purge it out. Maybe just was this one more thing cluttering up my mind at the time, and that I don't need. Well, maybe we'll put it right there. I'll put this one on first. I have some score tape. So anyway, still here at the farm, and happy to be here with all this stuff going on. I am in the world. I am kind of tucked away here, and I like it. I like being tucked away. I might like it too much. That's what I'm starting to think. Maybe I'm getting too used to being tucked away. But in any case, I am extremely thankful to the good Lord for taking care of me during all these things that have been going on in my life. Because if it wasn't for that, I'm not sure where I'd be. I'm not so sure I would have gotten through all this stuff if it wasn't for the fact that I have faith that God is watching out for me. I'm thankful for that. I thought, well, I'm going to just get on here and make a video. I'm going to make something. My dad used to always say, well, I'm going to go do something even if it's wrong. That's kind of how I feel today. I don't care if it's right. I'm just going to do it. Just gonna do it. Sometimes that's what it takes, huh? You just gotta say, I'm gonna do it, and do it. I've been very bad at procrastinating or finding reasons why not to do. You know what I do a lot, and I don't know if you guys do it or not. I say things like, I will do that after this gets straightened up, or this gets taken care of, or this, you know, I get this thing done, or I figure out this. And what I found is that you may figure out all those things, you may get them done, they may write theirself, whatever, but you're just going to have one more thing standing in your way. One more thing. So, I decided today nothing is going to stand in my way. I'm going to do it, even if it's wrong, just like my dad used to say. But anyhow, I'm out here at the farm still. Thankful for that. And I had gotten rid of my chickens quite some time ago because I had some issues with them not going in the coop. And then I got some more chickens last summer. But I had a terrible predator. I had chickens and I had ducks. I have 2 male ducks left. That's all I have left. And I have 5 chickens left. Because I had a terrible problem with some kind of predator. And I'm not quite sure. I'm almost thinking it was maybe a fox. But like, it just seemed like every day one of my ducks or chickens was missing. And I let them free range, which is the way I like to do it. I think it's just better for them. I don't have any issues with my chickens other than sometimes they come up against a predator. So anyhow, luckily I did not lose any more of them. And you would think that having all these dogs here would keep them away, the fox and that kind of raccoons, whatever, away, but it does not always work that way. And this was like in broad daylight too. It wasn't like, I mean, the chickens are not out at night. At night, they're in their coop. But so, you know, I don't worry as much about them during the day. But, oh boy, I don't know what was after them, but something was, and wasn't good. Wasn't good. I lost 4 female ducks, and I lost like 4 chickens. So that was really bad. But I'm not going to worry about getting any more right now until summer. And I don't know if I'm going to get any more ducks. The 2 boy ducks did not get along when the girl ducks were here. And, you know, which, that's understandable. They were both competing for the girls' attention. And, so they didn't like each other. Now they're like best buds. We're just out there swimming around on the pond. It's been so cold here that the pond is mostly froze over. But they get in there and they swim around until they you know, in a little hole till it makes a bigger hole. And so that's what they do. What else I got here? I don't know. I'm just working with whatever I've got, people, so we'll just see. We'll just see. This little fairy book. There's anything in here. Oh, excuse me. What a little fairy baby. I wonder if I can cut that out. This book, it's all torn apart. It was like a little fairy book. Cut this little baby out. So anyway, so I still have the chickens, I have some ducks, still have the barn cats. See, 3 barn cats. I have the 2 that were my dad's, and then I also have little orphan Annie. She's a feral cat. She will let me get within a few feet of her, but if I even try to reach down to pet her, she doesn't want anything to do with that. Doesn't want petted. She's very skittish. She's very skittish still. There's some watercolor pencils. Oh, okay. But anyway, so put a little color on this baby here. Even though I don't have any water here, just use these watercolor pencils. Give her a little bit of color. So anyway, little orphan Annie, she is very feral still. Don't think she'll ever be one of those cats that'll come around. I don't want you to pet her or anything. I mean, we've had her for quite a few years now. Just never came around to that. She'll meow at me when I'm down there feeding. She likes me to put a little bit of cat food on the steps going up to the barn, because then she can eat all by herself and she doesn't have to compete with the other cats. So she'll do that. And I'll put some food up there for her on the steps, and she'll stand there and eat it. But and sometimes if she thinks I'm not paying attention to her, she will come down kind of close to me. But then she leaves. As soon as I make a move. She doesn't want me. She don't want to be hanging around me. Plus I'm raising 2 steer this year. Pat and Stewie. And they go to the processor in mid-March. Getting to be some pretty big boys. So I know some people don't understand how you can take them to the processor after you raised them. However, that's how I see them, as food for my family. And I know what they eat. I know they've been taken care of. And so I feel that, you know, that's the best choice for my family. So I have 2 this year because my brothers and sisters are all gonna have a share this year. They're all gonna have a share. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in here. This one says, man says seeing is believing, and God says believing is seeing. Pick that. I like that. You know, everybody has their own belief system. I'm not trying to push mine over on anybody. I respect everybody's belief systems. I do. I respect you. Whatever you believe. I don't think that that's something we need to argue about. I feel like people respect mine and I respect yours. There's no problem there then. But I do say for myself that I don't know where I'd be without God. That I know. Let's see, what's this? Oh, look at that little washi tape with motorbikes on it with flowers. They're cute. I'll put that in here. A little bit more glue to keep that baby down. over here on my table. Just put it right on it. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm certainly not expecting my finest work. However, I just needed to do something. Baby steps, I guess. So my daughter moved in with me. She came to help me. And I don't know what I would do without her. She's just great. I have two wonderful daughters. And I'm very thankful for them. But she's a nurse, so she got a job at a local hospital here, and she moved in with me with her puppies, and one of them is a big black lab, and the other one is a little rescue terrier, and we think probably a terrier chihuahua mix. I think that's what she is. That's what we're guessing, but anyway, they're good puppies, and they like being out here on the farm. They lived in town before in another state, and they had to be in a fenced-in yard, in a small fenced-in yard in town. And so they're really loving the farm life because they get to rip and tear, don't have to be fenced in. When Lulu's the little one, she's the terrier. When she first came here, she came from a hoarding home. The people had, I think, 30, 40 dogs in this home. They were, God love them, eating styrofoam. And not being left outside, and it's very sad. But anyhow, she's happy now. But when my daughter adopted her, she's real thin. She had just had puppies, and she was really skinny because she hadn't eaten right or anything till she got to the shelter. but she's fattened up now. She's good now. But anyhow, when she first came here, when we left her outside, she had to be on a leash or a long cable, like a long run, just to let her outside to go to the bathroom. We didn't like leave her on there all day or anything like that. We're not those kind of people. But because if you didn't, she just took off running. I mean, and she can run fast, and she would run right for the woods, and we would have a devil of a time trying to find her. So we had to be real careful that she didn't get loose. And so anyway, so we felt bad for her because everybody else was just doing their thing, you know, walking around, doing their thing, came back when you called them, all that good stuff for the most part, except for sometimes Tucker would take off, and if he would, my daughter had like a GPS on his collar so that he could if he would leave the farm, we could find him. We didn't want him running off and not finding him in the woods because we do live out in the sticks. However, poor Lulu, she couldn't do that. I mean, because she would just take off and putting it, you know, we would just be tracking her all the time, looking for her all the time. So we just decided that, you know, we'll just have to let her tied when we're out there. I mean, she could see us and she could get to us. However, she just couldn't be left loose. She just couldn't. And we just felt terrible about it because we didn't really want that to be her life. So, strangely, one day, we just kind of noticed that she's no longer chomping at the bit to take off, or, and, you know, she was just kind of content. And we were like, maybe we could just let her loose and see what happens. So my daughter did get a GPS tracker for her collar, just in case. And we started just letting her out with the dogs like we did, like we do the other ones. Open the door, let her out. And then keeping an eye on where she goes. So we did that. And bless her little heart, she just hangs around the house. She doesn't have to be on a cable anymore, and you do not know how happy we are about that. Because we didn't want her to be like that. We didn't want her life to be like that. You know, we didn't. We wanted her to be free like the other ones. They go out there, play around outside in the yard. And, we wanted her to have that, you know, we wanted her to have that too. So we were so happy. Now she likes to ride in the side-by-side when we go on the side-by-side to do chores and things. She gets down to the barn with us. Now she'll sometimes take off. Her and her brother both will take off. However, they didn't seem to go very far. Even if they go over to the neighbors, they come back. She doesn't like just take off and keep running. That's what she had done in the past. There were a few times she had either gotten loose or she, you know, we had thought, well, she was okay and we'll just keep her close by, but that didn't work. She just would take off, and she would take off running, and she would just keep running and running and running, and we didn't want her to get hit by a car or get lost, not know her way home. So, anyway, we're very, very happy to now have Lulu be a regular farm dog. Doing regular farm dog stuff. Dogs are very quiet. They're downstairs. I don't know how long that's going to last. They're usually not this quiet, believe me. It's Rosie who starts it. She's the littlest one. And all of a sudden, she just decides that there's something she should be barking about. And then she gets everybody else going. And they all run outside. This is what's really kind of funny. She gets everybody barking and carrying on. She'll sit on the chair looking at the door, just barking like a crazy fool. And then all of a sudden, you know, like I open the door, they all go running out to see what it's all about. Rosie does not go out. She just stays right there on the chair, and while they all go running out like they're all crazy, and there's nothing out there. Absolutely nothing out there. So that's what she does. She stays in, though. She doesn't go out. She doesn't want to go out there in that cold unless you force her to go out in the wintertime. She doesn't really like it. She's too cold. She's a little chihuahua. And we have little Bonnie. She's 18 years old. Bless her heart, her mama, who raised her, had to go into a nursing home. And none of her family could take her. So they asked, we had gone to get some porch furniture off of these people that were selling some porch furniture. We went to get it and got to talking to the girl, and she was saying about the little dog was there at the house by itself. Because, you know, her mama had to go into the nursing home. And she's 18, and what they would do is just come down and take care of her, you know, like during the day or whatever. She got something to eat. She went outside. She was down in the garage part of the house, which was attached to the house, but she could go in and out. And of course, she had grown up there, so, you know, she knew her way around and everything. However, she was by herself all the time. And they felt bad for her, but they couldn't take her with them. So they asked me, hey, do you know anybody who would want a little senior dog? And I was there petting her, and my daughter was with me, and we just decided that, we'll take her. What's one more, right? What's one more? She's 18. She has cataracts and arthritis. She doesn't hear all that well. She knows where the food is, I'll tell you that. She likes food. She just sits out in the kitchen the whole time I'm out there cooking. She even thinks I'm going to cook something. She's out there. She likes food, but she's kind of comical and she's cute. You know, she's like a little Jack Russell Terrier. So, figured I'll give her her best life out at the farm with the other puppies. And the other puppies were okay with her. We weren't sure. Had to bring her home and give her a flea bath and get the ticks off of her. She had a couple of ticks on her. She wasn't crazy about the bath. That's for sure. But anyway, so brought her home. She's been here about 8 months maybe. I think she's been here like 8 months. Her family still checks on her though, because her mom's still in the nursing home, and she'll often ask, how's Bonnie? Because like I said, they were together for 18 years, so it's got to be hard for her mama. So now I'm kind of like her new mama. She's a good little girl. She never gets up on the furniture. They said she never did. And it's not like we keep her from being on the furniture, because believe me, everybody else is on the furniture. So we don't keep her from that. But she just doesn't. She just doesn't get on the furniture. And so she won't get up in the bed. The other little ones, my little two little ones, get in the bed. Rosie and Buster like to get in the bed, and I don't, you know, I'm fine with that. But Bonnie, I put her up on the bed one time, and she got real nervous because she couldn't figure out how to get down. So instead, she sleeps on a little bed beside my bed. We have a little routine every night when we go to bed. They all want a vanilla wafer. I don't know how bad vanilla wafers are for dogs, but every night they get a vanilla wafer. They wait for their vanilla wafer. Everybody gets a vanilla wafer, and then they go off to their beds. And so she waits there for her vanilla wafer. She doesn't wait patiently. I'm just wanting you to know that. She doesn't have a lot of patience. Buster is our guy with patience. He has patience. We all tell them, be like Buster. But anyway, so she comes over to the bed then, because she knows when I get in bed and turn out the light, there's just a little night light type thing on that I leave on till I get all situated in bed, and she'll come over and she wants you to scratch her head, you know, on her back and stuff, and then she'll be like, okay, that's enough, and she just goes over and gets in bed, in her little bed, and sleeps there during the night. Her and I have the same issue. When we get up in the morning, all our joints are stiff. So, I get it. It goes up and down the stairs for now, but I'm just, oh boy, I'm wondering how long that's going to last, because she really has some days, you know, she has a hard time. And she's not one for wanting you to pick her up. It's not that she growls or anything, but you can tell that she's really uncomfortable. She doesn't like it when you pick her up. And maybe it's because it hurts her a little bit. I don't know. But she takes some supplements for her joints and stuff like that. So we do what we can to make her comfortable in her old age. But she's quite the cutie. And she's real funny because she can't see real good at night. She has cataracts pretty bad. And so she'll get behind Rosie. And Rosie doesn't mind at all, which is really funny because Rosie gets hyper and full of herself. And you would think she would get kind of mad that Bonnie follows like right behind her. I mean, right behind her. She follows right behind her and doesn't even care that she's maybe in Rosie's face, but Rosie doesn't seem to mind. She doesn't seem to mind at all. So anyway, I just looked up and saw my timer, and I saw that I've been on here a really long time just goofing around. So I'm going to get off of here, and we'll just see what's going to happen. What's going to happen, people? I'll be back. I'll be back. So thank you for hanging out with me. And God bless. Hope you have a great day. And, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I think that's true. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.